Hello friends, welcome to Clinical Guard Round in Pulmonary Medicine series. Today we will see case number 6. This is very common, pleural effusion with consolidation. How to approach this type of patient. This video I am making in both languages, Hindi and English, so most of the people can be benefited with this video. Let's see our patient. Our patient is Kalavati, 37-year-old female. So this is imaginary name, not real name. Photo is also imaginary, not real photo. So she came with low grade fever 15 days, dry cough 15 days, breathlessness, generalized weakness. This is typical history which patient used to give in our OPD. There is no significant loss, the weight loss, there is no significant chest pain. Patient was having CVC already, CVC report with her, and hemoglobin was 8 milligram. So patient was having anemia. So this is the clinical scenario. So what to do next? So main question is how to approach this type of patient. So as a pulmonologist, we have to get chest X-ray done in first visit itself. So if you see X-ray, so I have to ask what are the X-ray finding. This is a common question asked by examiner. So in X-ray you can see there is heterogeneous opacity in right upper lobe. So if you see carefully you can see this is minor fissure. Okay. So any opacity which confined by minor fissure is there in right upper lobe. So this is right upper lobe consolidation. Any other lobe is any other lobe is involved. So you can see right border of heart. So can you identify right heart border? No, you cannot identify. So remember, whenever there is obscuration of right heart border of or you are not able to make out right heart border, in case there is involvement of right middle lobe. So in this case, you are not able to identify right heart border. It means there is problem in middle lobe also. So there is right middle lobe consolidation. So what is the probable diagnosis? And of course, left side there is moderate pleural effusion. Okay. So with this background, what's your probable diagnosis and how will you proceed further? So 37-year-old female with constitutional symptoms with this X-ray. The probable diagnosis is tuberculosis, right? So how what to do now? So there's pleural effusion. So whenever you find pleural effusion, tap it. You have to take diagnostic as well as therapeutic aspiration. Why therapeutic? Because patient is symptomatic. Patient is having breathlessness. So you have to do therapeutic pleural aspiration. And second investigation, you have to send sputum for gene expert for tuberculosis. But unfortunately, this patient was having dry cough. There's no sputum production. And pleural fluid report is a protein is 3.43, ADA is 40. Okay, cells 160 and out of 160, 80% are lymphocytes. And pleural fluid gene expert is negative. Okay, so if you see ADA, we used to take cutoff ADA 40. If it less than 40, it means this is non-tubercular. 40 to 60 is maybe both tuberculosis or malignancy. After, above 60 is tuberculosis. Okay, but this patient is 40, means borderline. So what will you do now? This is probable case of tuberculosis, but pleural fluid is not confirmatory in this, and there is no sputum production also. So what will you do? You will start ATT? No. Okay. So can you think of malignancy? Yes, we can think of malignancy. Examiner will confuse you like this. So can you think of malignancy? Yes, we can think because there may be right upper lobe intrabronchial growth, which causing obstructive pneumonitis in right upper lobe. Very possible. Effusion is malignant, metastatic. This is also possible. So we cannot leave this patient at this stage. We have to do further investigation to diagnose this patient. Now question is, what is the point against malignancy and what is the point favor of TB? Because probable diagnosis tuberculosis. This lady is 37-year-old female, quite younger for malignancy. So again it favor tuberculosis. Patient is having fever, again suggestive of tuberculosis. Patient is having anemia. Anemia is due to anemia of chronic disease. It's common in tuberculosis. And female, because of periods, they used to have low hemoglobin. Indian female malnutrition may also cause hemoglobin. And another thing is, usually in malignancy, not always, usually effusion and consolidation persist in same site. But in tuberculosis, it can be same side and opposite side. So all clinical scenario and investigation favors tuberculosis. What to do next? Will you start empirical ATT? Will you do further investigation like thoracoscopy to diagnose this patient, or you will do bronchoscopy? So empirical ATT, definitely no. We will not start ATT because we have to do further workup to confirm the diagnosis. Thoracoscopy, there's minimal pleural effusion only, so we are not going to do thoracoscopy. We should do bronchoscopy. Why? Because of bronchoscopy, we can rule out any intrabronchial growth or intrabronchial mass, and we can take bronchoalveolar lavage for gene expert for definitive diagnosis. So we have done bronchoscopy in this patient. Bronchoscopy, there is normal bronchi. There is no obstruction. All bronchi are perfectly patent. So this was normal bronchoscopy. We have taken BAL, and BAL we have sent for tuberculosis and for malignancy. BAL gene expert is positive, though it is low detected, but it is positive. So BAL positive for gene expert means this is confirm 100% case of tuberculosis. Malignant cytology is negative. So what is our final diagnosis is right upper lobe consolidation with left side pleural effusion. Etiology is tuberculosis. Now we have diagnosed this patient as tuberculosis. Now how to treat this patient? Okay, definitely we have to start anti-TB drugs. For symptomatic relief, we have to do ultrasound guided pleural aspiration. In this patient, we have aspirated 500 ml. Weight of patient was 42. So in India, there is program NTEP, National Tuberculosis Immunization Program. So we have to start ATT according to NTP only. They are giving ATT in FDC, fixed dose combination, as per bed went. So for this lady of 42 kg, we have to prescribe 3 tablets. So this is how we have to write prescription, and prescription may be different by other physician. Okay, so this is my prescription, how I used to prescribe ATT to a patient. So ATT from dot center 4 FDC. Okay, 4 FDC, 3 tablet daily before breakfast, because ATT should take empty stomach, especially rifampicin. Since patient is anemic, we have to give iron folic acid. Few patient we are giving vitamin D3, not all patient, few patient we are giving vitamin D3. For symptomatic relief, for paracetamol we can give SOS basis. And since patient is having dry cough, we have to give symptomatic relief in the form of syrup dextromethorphan. So this is how we have to approach a patient, this is how we have to investigate, and we have to treat the patient. So at the time of discharge, patient was symptomatically better. His fever was subsided, cough was persisted, appetite is improved, and this is the X-ray taken at the time of discharge. You can see there is consolidation, but there is no effusion. Effusion have subsided. Okay, so this is first X-ray, this is second X-ray, this is third X-ray. So you can see in first X-ray there is lot of pleural effusion, second X-ray minimal pleural effusion, and third X-ray there is no pleural effusion. But you can see there is consolidation, and this is after 2 weeks of discharge. We can see there is resolution of consolidation, the resolving phase, not resolved, but in resolution phase. Okay, consolidation is resolving. There is no pleural effusion. So this is how we have to investigate a patient of consolidation with effusion. This is how we have to manage this patient. So if you like this video, please like it, share with your friends, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe it. See you with next video. Thank you very much.